So, before this video starts, I wanted to come out on here just to let you guys know that we did two separate recordings for this whole allegation thing that's happening. Yesterday, Danny and we had a discussion and we talked about the whole situation that's going on with John Laurinaitis and Vince McMahon. And of course, today, news came out that Vince McMahon is stepping down as the CEO, chairman of World Wrestling Entertainment. And now Stephanie McMahon is going to be the interim CEO of WWE. So we wanted to cover it, me, Ben, and Danny. So the first half of this video, so about the first 20 minutes of it, is me and Danny discussing what, happened. And then the last 20 minutes of the video is Danny, myself, and Ben, and we are talking about Stephanie McMahon, now coming back from her leave of absence and now being the interim chairwoman of WWE. So, in the descriptions down below, there's going to be a time spot for both of them. So, if you don't want to watch one of them, you don't have to. Or if you just want to listen to the whole thing, go right ahead. And literally, the grind has been real. I have been up since literally 6 in the morning, working nonstop, didn't take no breaks at all. I'm still in my work clothes as we speak. So I really hope you guys support us and hit that subscribe button now. Turn on the post notifications because it would really mean a lot to us. We have been grinding a lot. And I really hope you guys enjoy this discussion and what we think about this whole situation. What is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide. I'm the host, the best one, Donnie, here with.
What is going on, everybody? Danny Huckins here, man. Donnie's co-host for the We Are Wrestling Talk Show. And we have a lot of interesting news that we're going to be talking about today regarding the CEO and the owner of WWE, Mr. Vince McMahon. But before that, Donnie, take it away, man.
So, before, we get into this whole thing, let's hear what Ben has to say about the whole Vince McMahon thing.
What is going on? We are Wrestling Maniacs worldwide. Ben here. Just wanted to fill in real quick about the whole situation and scandal with the whole Vince McMahon and the hush money, $3 million in his investigation. Basically, long story short is we got a whole another case of a Lewinsky status, but it was paid off and everything like that. And there's a lot of internal heat going on with Vince McMahon and the head of talent relations, John Laurinaitis, being very inappropriate towards, female talent in the past and everything with former release talent as of late. It's been a very wild ride in the world of the wrestling industry. But as far as my thoughts for this whole situation, I don't know if it's really going to affect Vince McMahon specifically. I don't know if he's going to finally get, his piece, but I'm hoping that he does, and who knows? We'll see. But that's basically my thoughts on that. So, subscribe, post bell notifications. Take it easy.
Woo! That is what Ben's got to say about that, and he is very opinionated.
He's a very opinionated individual. Whatever you do, if you ever see Ben in public, man, do not mention Sasha Banks.
Do not, because literally through messages, I don't know how this all started, but he
I
got riled
mentioned
up
how
about her.
I'm more the news guy. I keep these guys up to date with everything that's going on in the wrestling world or whatever, because I'm more into the news side of things than Donnie and Ben are. And I was like, everybody was talking about how Sasha Banks was released. I said she wasn't, and then it went in this whole fucking drama-filled conversation about how much Ben does not like Sasha Banks.
Yeah, and I had to put him in his place a little bit. But if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, and you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers, the best way to support us is by hitting that subscribe button now, turning on the post notifications. Videos be coming out of nowhere like an RKO.
A genetic jackhammer.
Okay, a jackhammer. And of course, you already know, the grind is real. And today we are going to be talking about the whole Vince McMahon situation. I have not really looked into any of this, so I'm really gonna let you, take the lead here. And like, I know some parts of it, but I don't know the full details and everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up one of the articles. This is from the Wall Street Journal, and apparently what happened, right? WWE received a bunch of emails, anonymous emails from somebody, claiming that somebody that they're close to admitted to having some kind of affair with Vince McMahon. It was actually this year, so it wasn't that long ago, man. Um, it says in the beginning of the article, it says the board of World Wrestling Entertainment is investigating a secret $3 million settlement that longtime chief executive Vince McMahon agreed to pay to a departing employee with whom he allegedly had an affair, according to documents. Bro, man, is
Wow.
with the Me Too movement and everything that's happening, and women's rights and women needed equal pay in the workplace. Like, this is definitely not looking good for WWE as well as Vince McMahon.
It's really not. And this is not even the first time that reports like this have came out there, because I did see a thing a while back about
Yep.
Vince McMahon having an affair with, I believe, the first ever female referee in WWF. I
Yeah,
forgot her
man.
name, but she she was in a limo with him, and in order to keep her job, like, she had to do some stuff that she didn't want to do, and then they did like a settlement thing like that
Yep.
as well. So I'm not really surprised by this, and it's just really sad in my opinion. Like, I am just, I've lost a lot of respect for Vince McMahon if this is true, because he was, one of my favorites characters when I grew up watching this in the Attitude Era.
Yep. So uh the whole article, it continues to say the separation agreement, which was reportedly made in January, so not that long ago, prevents the former unnamed employee, so nobody knows who it is, from discussing her relationship with Mr. McMahon or disparaging him, according to the journal. The investigation began in April, so it began in April, dude. We're in June right now.
It's crazy
Has
that with like the way with today's like world, I'm surprised that we're getting this news now and not April.
and it makes me, bro. It makes even more sense now as to why Stephanie McMahon decided to take a leave of absence, because I feel like she sensed something was going to happen. Either that or she knew beforehand, before anybody else.
Or she was just burnt out. She's been doing a lot for quite a while.
I would say that normally,
You don't
dude, but
really
I
know.
mean,
She never
she
really
said she
spoke
was
up
taking
on it.
time off to deal with some family issues, dude. I mean, what are the family issues outside of this whole situation is
Well, you do have
happening
to
in her
realize that
life?
With Steph and Triple H, they do have a family and stuff
Yeah,
too.
they do have a family, dude. But
And
it's
maybe
not
they want to
it's
spend
not like
more time with
Stephanie
the
It's
kids.
not like Stephanie McMahon was on the road. She was working at the WWE headquarters, dude, which is like fucking 10 miles from their house. It's not like she was traveling every week. I mean, you can't help but to think maybe her leave of absence is because of what's happening now, and she didn't want to be in the middle of the shitstorm that was about to be brewing.
Here's the thing. I did see a meme on Twitter about Nick Khan like ruining the entire McMahon family within like
Yeah.
1 year, which is kind of crazy to think about. Triple H, had his, health problems and, lost his power with NXT. Then Shane McMahon had the issues at the Rumble and stuff. And then, Stephanie left, and now Vince, is in some deep water.
Yeah.
It's
Um,
freaking
so
nuts.
so the article continues. I'm only gonna read a little bit about it, and then we can have a full discussion. You guys, anybody watching this video, feel free to let us know in the comment section below what you guys think. But it said the WWE board was sent an email on March 30th that alleged Mr. McMahon, who is 76, hired the employee at a salary of $100,000, but increased it to 200,000 after beginning a sexual relationship with her. The email alleged that McMahon gave the former employee, this is where it gets interesting, gave the former employee who was 41 and was hired on as a paralegal like a toy to Mr. Laurinaitis. What does that mean,
Damn.
man?
That is crazy because
And John Laurinaitis is
John
married to the
Laurinaitis is
Bella
married,
twins.
yeah, to
He's
Bella Twins' mom. Yeah.
mhm.
And that's like that's
And like a
really
toy makes me
crazy.
think that she was given to John Laurinaitis to do sexual favors for him. And that's what, like, why else would it say like a toy? You know what I mean? What else
Yeah.
would that mean?
Because like my thoughts on this whole thing is, like you're innocent until proven guilty, but
Oh,
like
definitely.
it's just if these are really true, like I've lost all my respect for Vince McMahon and John Laurinaitis because like in this day and age, especially now,
With like the
like this
Me Too
stuff,
movement and
like
everything.
with this stuff, like it's not okay, and like the movement and stuff, like I'm all for women empowerment and like women's
Yeah.
rights and stuff.
We're both well, I'm married. You're technically fucking married,
Yeah,
so
and
you know.
it's like crazy. It's crazy to me that like if this is true that like they really would do this and try to get away with it like back in the day. It's crazy to see like how like much wrestlers got away with like the way they treated women, and
Yeah.
it's sick. It makes me sick to my stomach
I
thinking
don't
about it.
I don't think this would all not be true if I mean it's picked up by CNN, it's picked up by
Mhm.
ESPN, it's picked up by the Wall Street Journal. I mean these publications are huge. I mean if they
Mhm.
they wouldn't run a story like this if there wasn't any truth to it. You know what I mean?
Very, very true. And the thing is, like I said, I won't be surprised whatsoever if this is true, because the person clearly is not doing this for attention. They're anonymous. We don't
Yeah.
know who is, speaking about this, which I think, is the right thing to do, unless that person felt comfortable in speaking out, which I'm sure, she probably doesn't feel
And
comfortable enough to
apparently,
do
the
that.
person that sent the email wasn't even the person that this involves. It was one of her friends. And if
Hmm.
this person was doing this just to get her name out there, get money or whatever it is, I mean, I would be like, hey, it was me. You know what I mean? To get all the
Hmm.
publicity out of it. But this, I mean, an anonymous email. It doesn't seem like this person's doing this to gain anything.
And it's not really looking good for Vince and Laurinaitis at all, because there's been things in the past with like
Yeah.
the way that women have been treated in WWE, not just from Vince and John, but like other wrestlers and stuff. And like this is not the first time that this has happened.
I think it was back in 2021 or 2020 when Mickey James got released. Apparently, remember the whole fiasco? Apparently,
The
her
whole
stuff.
trash bag stuff.
Yup. And apparently, uh, according to Sean Ross Sapp and Fightful, now I haven't. Sean is a very good. He has like a lot of people in on the inside. He's very good at like conducting stories and stuff like that. And a lot of what he says is true. So I can't help but to believe what he says.
Sean is one of
He's
the number one sources out there.
He said that several of the talent, former and current that he's talked to, women talent, they felt very uncomfortable when John Laurinaitis became the VP for talent relations. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you see a lot of the shit that this guy did in like 2005 and stuff. I don't blame them.
I have not actually.
Because with John Laurinaitis, the thing is, don't get me wrong, like I enjoyed his run as like the interim like Raw general manager and stuff because it kind of
Uh,
brought some
the
light
stuff with CM Punk
and
was
stuff.
gold.
But like when I like a lot of the stuff I read and a lot of the stuff I watched and stuff about John Laurinaitis backstage, like he was one of those guys that took advantage of his power. Like he really
Hmm.
like the reason why there's a lot of politics in WWE is because of guys like Mr. John Laurinaitis, like CM Punk, said in the Pike Bomb. He said it
Yeah.
best. So of
Point
course,
blank.
the women probably feel that way because John Laurinaitis is old school, which
Point
is
blank.
not
Period.
okay.
Like It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter the position of power that you're in. It doesn't matter, what kind of influence you have or whatever. You should never use your influence to take advantage of people. And I feel like that's exactly what happened here.
And yeah, no, I definitely agree with you on that. And it's just sad to like see that, like this all happening. So like it's more what? So like with these reports, it's more towards John Laurinaitis than Vince McMahon, or
It's towards both of them. Here's what I think is gonna happen. I think Vince McMahon is gonna, act like he's doing a noble thing, and he's gonna end up firing John Laurinaitis. That's why
mhm,
Vince McMahon is
I could see that happening.
he's so egomaniacal that everybody is dispensable towards him. He'll fire anybody as long as he's good.
Except
You know what
Kevin
I mean?
Dunn. That's like the only person probably.
I don't even think that's true, man. If he needs to fire somebody to make himself save face and make himself look good, it's exactly what's gonna fucking happen. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Vince McMahon is just, I mean, we've known him a long time, man. Not personally or whatever, we've never met him, but we've seen, just from the steroid thing back in the early 90s to the thing with the female referee to now happening now. Like, he's friends with you until he doesn't need you anymore, or until he needs to, make himself look good, and he'll just act like you don't exist, and he'll drop you at the dime of a hat. So I literally feel like Vince McMahon is going to end up firing John Laurinaitis. Now, I did want to ask you this because of these allegations. Now, like, we're not, they're going to be allegations because nothing has been proven in a court of law or nothing like that, So until there's either a conviction or something of that magnitude happening, it is an allegation because nobody really fully knows unless you're on the inside.
Mhm.
Do, do you think this negatively affects WWE in any way?
I want to say 50% yes, 50% no. And the
Especially
reason
since
why and the
they
reason
were
why I'm
trying
going to
to.
say that is because like we all know that Vince McMahon, yes, he's the CEO. He's the
Yep,
chairman of World Wrestling Entertainment. But with his product, he's not the one fully running it. Yes, he makes the final
yep.
decisions at the end of the day, but he has a lot of doofuses running friggin' Raw, SmackDown, NXT 2.0, and
Oh, I
even,
know.
even the offices in, Stanford, Connecticut. Wait, no, not Stafford, Stanford. Oh,
Stanford, Connecticut, man. The fuck you
yeah.
doing over there?
Yeah,
Get on the
so
game.
like Vince McMahon, that's like why I say 50% yes, 50% no, because Nick Khan, it seems like he has taken more of like a really serious role with
Yep.
WWE. So like I don't know, but then also at the same time, Vince McMahon is the face of WWE and this does not give a
WWE,
good look.
the main product is aimed towards children, though. This is not like, seeing this all over the news is not going to be like, oh, I'm going to take my 10-year-old son to see a WWE show. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
That's the
yeah,
thing that's going to be very tough about it.
plus like WWE was trying to work out a deal with Disney and a lot of these kind of platforms or whatever that is aimed at primarily children, young adults, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean there's things like this you can't help but to wonder. Is it gonna negatively affect their business practices, their shows, their attendance, people that support the show, whatever, because of all of this? I would imagine this isn't just on the internet, man. I imagine it's all over, the night news and whatever, like all these news publications or whatever. I mean, you can't help but to think maybe it's going to. But I feel like WWE is such a conglomerate that it's gonna affect it, but not as much as people assume it's going to.
Yeah, I think what's gonna happen, like what I could see happening, like if it gets really to the point, I could potentially maybe see you could see Vince McMahon maybe step down and then Nick Khan takes the full run and he sells WWE to Disney.
I did see an article actually before we started recording by Sports Keto. I don't know how truthful a lot of the articles are. They're not really a publication that I look into a lot. But I heard somewhere that today got announced that Linda and Vince McMahon are now officially separated. I mean, they were married. apparently their marriage wasn't good if Vince McMahon was doing this. I mean, the dude's 76 years old. You know what I mean? So apparently they're now separated. His life is about the fucking. So is John Laurinaitis, man. Their lives are John more than Vince, but their lives are about to fucking come crashing down like a fucking freight train. And
Stuff's not okay.
I do not envy either of them.
But
So,
I will say, like, if this is all true, like, really, for, this female talent to, come out, especially getting bonuses and stuff,
mhm.
like, my hat definitely is off to her because of her, other women out there will have the courage to stand up to
Well,
this
this
stuff.
this woman wasn't she wasn't like a talent or anything like that. She was a paralegal working in like I think messing with like WWE's finances or something. She was a paralegal. So whatever that is.
Oh,
Well, I don't
okay.
know like what she
Well, I'm
did,
just saying
but
I'm just saying, like, if this stuff is true, like, really, kudos to her for
yep.
coming out and speaking out about this, because this, gives other, females out there that courage to stand up to this stuff that's not okay.
Exactly, and with the kind of influence that Vince has, I mean, a lot there might be more stuff that have happened, but people are just too afraid to out it or whatever, thinking that it's gonna blacklist them, it's gonna ruin their career. They're gonna,
Mhm.
nobody's gonna believe them over the great Vince McMahon.
Yeah, because we
So,
had the whole, speaking out movement in 2020, and a
yep,
lot of, some of, a lot of our favorites like Marty Scrolls and, even Joey Ryan, who was very popular at the time. A lot of them got blackballed because of these allegations that happened
yep. I mean, I don't
all
think
over the wrestling world.
this should be a long extra because like
Mhm.
more is gonna be coming out of it, over the next couple weeks or whatever. Maybe we'll be able to cover it again if anything happens, if this does end up going to trial or whatever. I don't want to speak on stuff that I'm not aware of, so I don't really have much else to say.
Yeah.
Anybody that's watching this, feel free to let us know in the comment section below your thoughts. Do you guys think this is gonna negatively affect companies that want to work with WWE? I mean,
Well,
is this going to
definitely.
be a negative look on USA and Fox and Disney? Because I know WWE has Disney programming over in where Asia or something like that. One of those
It's just
countries
not it's
overseas.
not a good look, period,
Yeah, man.
for
So
the company.
everybody that's watching, just let us know your
And
thoughts and
as wrestling as a whole, because WWE is the number one, company out there for a reason. Like
exactly.
AEW, yes, is very popular, but it's never going to get to where WWE is at until maybe like 100 years from now.
Exactly. And, WWE's like their primary audience is, between the ages of 5 and 12. You know what I mean? And
This is serious allegations.
definitely serious, man. But I'll let you end it. But if anybody that's watching, if you want to chime in down in the comment section below, let us know your thoughts. And we're just going to have to see what happens.
Yeah. So if you guys enjoyed this extra, make sure to, smash that like button now. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, help support us by hitting that subscribe button now, turning on the post notifications. The links are down in the description below. You can go follow Danny and I on our social medias and other YouTube channels. All the links are down below. And of course, to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, we are Take It Over. Peace. What is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide. I'm the host, the best one, Donnie, here with.
What is going on, guys? Danny back here again, 1/3 of the We Are Wrestling channel. We got the Asian sensation Ben over here. If you guys are wondering right now, Danny is gone, but he'll eventually plop right back into the co-pilot seat here in a little bit. But he's got a little bit of responsibilities. But we thought it'd be funny to start without him and come in completely fucking clueless. So guys, welcome back. I'm Ben. Welcome to We Are Wrestling. We got some interesting breaking news regarding the speculations of one Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Don, why don't you take this over for us, bud?
All right. Well, there are reports out there that Vince McMahon is stepping down until these allegations are all covered. And here he is, waddling away.
Watch, ready? Wait for him to walk.
Whoops, excuse me.
Oh, I'm Danny. Oh, yes.
You fucker.
Yeah, we did. And I introduced you so well. It was like you never left. You could even ask Donnie. I fucking nailed that shit.
What?
He actually did say it word by word.
When you go, dude, when you watch it over, you'll see the intro. I actually nailed everything you typically said. So, anyways, Dan, welcome to the extra of We Are Wrestling. How you doing?
I'm doing phenomenal, man. I'm here to talk about some sex scandals and fucking marriage issues.
That's actually a really good way to put it. Long story short, sex scandals and marriage issues.
Yeah, because the reports have came out that Stephanie
Fantastic.
McMahon is now back. She is going to be the interim chairwoman, CEO of WWE, while Vince McMahon, gets this whole situation situated. And he's actually supposed to be on SmackDown tonight to, have a speech, I
Yeah,
guess.
the ratings are gonna he's definitely using this to his advantage, especially if it turns out to be true, because it's all speculation right now in a way. I mean, obviously there's some shit going down, but until that time, he's gonna fucking jump at the opportunity, because if he does, hypothetically go down, he's gonna at least get the viewership while he can. So that's just how I feel like it's going to go. But we also got reports that he's going to be coming out in full character tonight. So I don't know, the tension's there right now, man.
I
It's
heard he
building.
already ripped up the original script for SmackDown.
Yeah, and it got rewritten 4 hours before the fact, or a few hours before the fact. So it's kind of panicking Anakin right now, man.
That's a weekly thing, though. That happens every week.
But this one's with cause, though.
Some serious cause.
Serious cause. We got a fucking an agreed Lewinsky case going on right now, and it's not a good look on Vinnie Mac, man, and he's trending for all the wrong reasons right now. So, but we can also discuss the benefits of what could happen if he officially steps down completely, decides to retire, and Stephanie is in the driver's seat full term.
And we're going to get into that. But before we get into that, if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, and you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers, the best way to support us is by hitting that subscribe button now, turning on the post notifications. Videos are seriously coming out of nowhere like an RKO. And of course, you already know the grind is real.
You're fired!
You're fired!
But
Could hope.
if you guys have not checked out our first video, which was up about an hour ago from this, recommend you guys to go check that out. Danny and I, we have a discussion about our first initial reactions to the whole allegations and everything going on. But now with this news out with Stephanie, I was working, could not cover this as early as I wanted to, but we wanted to, cover this on the We Are Wrestling Talk Show.
Absolutely, guys.
As an extra.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big news story. It's a big topic that I feel like everybody in the IWC is covering. So, we couldn't be the black sheep out.
When was the last time Vince McMahon stirred the pot like this? What was that,
This is how you know,
91?
guys, the grind is
91,
real.
93, something like that?
Still got my
Or
When
ring
the
shit on.
steroid scandal?
Yeah.
And then he had that whole thing with the referee back in the 80s to where he was like,
First ever female referee in WWF.
My God, dude. It's like he waits every 20 or so years to make an offense.
That's why I kind of think this is legitimate, because
it is legitimate, dude.
Already happened.
Yeah, and there's
They
a
would not
full-on
do this for
investigation.
storyline purposes on a PG show.
Absolutely fucking not, dude. Especially, I mean, granted, WWE is starting to broaden their horizons a little bit more, a little bit slowly, but the product is improving in some spots. But something like this right out the park, nah. This is that they would not do that for storyline purposes at this point. Not right now.
So, how do you
Absolutely not.
feel about the decision that WWE made, having Stephanie be the one to,
This
fill
is the
in?
part that I'm excited to talk about the most, if I'm being completely
And I
fucking
think that's
honest.
like what this is what we're going to be talking about mostly here because this
Yeah,
is the breaking news that is out there.
absolutely. So the great parts that we can hope in Stephanie McMahon potentially taking over full time if Vince McMahon is kind of backed into in a corner, so to speak, if there's any, big findings in this investigation, from the special board and all that shit. Um, it raises a lot of questions now. Because now, we got the talent relations, John Laurinaitis and Hot Water, along with Vinnie Mac, who apparently is just another one of Vince's fall guys. From that, again, we use that term slightly. I just saw it on a report, just using the terminology. But we can think about all the great possibilities. Triple H could come back into creative control. And if that's the case, WWE has a chance of surviving. And there is light on the horizon of this. Like, there really is light peeking over a hill a little bit, and you really got to think, because if that's the case, he gets to take over NXT again. He gets to take over fucking Raw and SmackDown, the main brands. He gets to take over fucking all of this shit and start to turn it back into a more broader audience in terms of, an adult audience as well. We could start to see the return of a lot of our favorite matches. A lot of our favorite pay-per-views can be making returns. Like maybe we might finally get a Forbidden Door sequence. We
With
might get.
Triple H, it's possible because back with NXT, he did do the relationship with Evolve.
So I'm saying, dude, like there is so many positives to this absolutely kind of horrendous shit show we're going through this week of in the wrestling community, particularly in WWE's behalf.
Yeah, but I hate to say it. I, I want to sit. I want to be able to sit here and be like, okay, maybe this is the time to where Vince actually does, step aside and uh, retires or whatever. The dude's not going to live forever,
No,
but he's going to live probably longer than any of us because the dude's
absolutely.
fucking almost 80 years old, bench pressing 1,000 pounds or whatever it is.
He's not anymore, dude. He's severely deflated since then. It looks like he kind of got off juice, if there was any juice in there.
Yeah, he's still got muscle
But
though. He's
He's still
built.
killing it. He's still killing it, but
but with everything that this guy has
age.
been through, taking on and winning against the U.S. government, the steroid issue, the shit in the '80s with the female referee. It's gonna take a lot more than this. I feel like for Vince McMahon, I feel like he's gonna step aside for a little while, let shit die down, and then he's gonna be resuming his duties as CEO of World Wrestling Entertainment. That's what I personally think.
See, and honestly, that is a realistic opinion and a realistic take on it. 100%, because we see how Vinnie Mac is. We see what his mo usually is. So that is not anywhere an unrealistic opinion by
He
any
is
means. So I'll take
he
it.
is a he is a very very intelligent person. Regardless if people hate him, the dude knows his way around.
Oh, I don't hate Vince McMahon by any
Very,
means.
very, very true. But can I point something out as well? This
Yeah,
isn't nine. This is not the '80s anymore. This
No,
is
it's
not the
not.
'90s anymore. This is not the
Mm-hmm.
2000s anymore.
No, you are
We are in
absolutely
a
correct too.
whole different generation, and
20 years past the early
even
two
these
thousands.
wrestlers in the whole speaking out allegations, they are still being held accountable for
Yep,
their actions.
Vince
And I
McMahon
think
is
that
not
this is
untouchable.
something that really, yes, it might die down a little bit, but it's still going to be out there no matter what happens, innocent or not.
Mm-hmm.
It's still going to be out there, unfortunately, for Vince.
Absolutely, and that's what I'm saying. It really is, again, a really rough time for WWE and the whole wrestling community when it comes to a lot of these breaking news. Everybody's getting plagued by the fucking injury plague, the whole Sasha Banks thing going on there in that controversy. And then you got Vince McMahon's sex scandal, hush money, fucking marital problem shit going on. It's just another fucking fork in the road, and hopefully it resolves itself positively. I hope that everybody kind of gets some kind of fairness there. I hope
one
that we can hope that the WWE thrives if things are found and there is a transition made. So
one thing that I found really interesting, I heard in an article that Linda McMahon and Vince haven't lived in the same house in over 20 years. I never knew that.
I'm not
They're
I
surprised.
didn't know that.
He'd
one
be
of
on the
their
private jet.
one of their multi-million dollar condos just went up for sale like yesterday or something like that. So there's so much going on, man. There's stuff with John
Oh,
Laurinaitis.
so it went up for sale, so it looks like he's gearing up to go to court. Damn,
Looks like it.
look at that. See, it's like again, it's just there's so much speculation right now because everything is still very much so surfacing as we're speaking. Like one of us could refresh the page right now and somebody could find something that just surfaced on the whole thing, and I know that Dan is about to do that because Dan is clutch.
Also, apparently, this woman's name has somebody let it out who this woman is. I have yet to get that information. I have no idea which article it is, but I do know that is a thing. So this woman's name is out there, and a lot of wrestling fans are probably gonna be butchering her for doing all this. Be fanboys.
And that is unfortunate about the world today. That is a very unfortunate thing because, obviously it's a very public thing. People are very opinionated, more so nowadays than
Yeah,
ever.
here's what I'm gonna say about the whole allegations part of it,
Yeah.
because like we covered it, about an hour ago before we even all this news came out. We did it yesterday,
Yeah.
reported it. So I just want to put it out there for the people that didn't watch that and they're watching this. My opinion on the whole situation, short and sweet. If Vince McMahon and John Laurinaitis did this, they need to be held accountable. But
Absolutely.
it's until proven guilty. What
Yeah,
can you
yeah.
say?
And it should, and again, and as it rightfully should be, innocent until
Mhm.
proven guilty. If on any account, and I just there
Because
unfortunately
that
is
stuff is not
no,
okay.
yeah, there is no way around that. You're innocent until proven guilty, like it
But
point blank period.
you want to know something else that's very interesting that could possibly help Vince out of this situation. This woman. So when the articles first started coming out, it said, January 2022, 22 this woman got hired on in 2019. So he could easily be like, "Oh yeah, I paid her that. That was her salary. That's the average salary of a lot of other workers that work at WWE. I paid her that over a span of a couple of years."
No, but here's the thing
There's
though.
not enough details on
See,
that
but
yet.
the thing is,
Trust me.
no, 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 no. But here's the thing, though. It wasn't out of WWE did not pay this woman. It was out of Vince's own pocket. $3 million out of his own pocket. There was no trace of WWE paying this woman that sum amount. And then the second year she was on, when the relationship started, her salary suddenly doubled. Doubled,
Mm,
my guy.
yeah.
So it's this whole fucking thing is nuts. It's fucking nuts.
It's
I
nuts.
will say
Stephanie McMahon's gonna be the CEO of WWE now.
Jeff Hardy is fucking jumping rope right now, just in happiness that he is now on page 2. Ironically enough, with the whole Jeff Hardy situation on Monday, that people just sort of forgot about that. Oh, look who Vince McMahon is fucking today.
Just
Yeah.
wrestling as a whole right now is just
It's a
really
mess,
tough.
man. It it
It's
it,
bad.
it happens so fucking quick, man.
It's a mess for
Everybody's dropping right now.
it's a mess for the business, but it's good for us as content creators because it gives us shit to talk about.
No, one
This
hundred
he
percent.
no, but this here is something I'm gonna be honest, I do not want to be talking about because this is some serious stuff. And like, if this really happened to this person, like,
They
I
need to be held
genuinely feel
accountable.
bad and
Yeah.
they need to be held accountable. This
I'm
is stuff
upset.
I don't like covering. Like,
I'm
yeah,
up.
like, like with like doing the Dynamite reviews and doing our regular talk show every week here on the We Are Wrestling channel. I love doing those. The wrestling vlogs, the figure unboxings, reactions. I love it all. When it comes to this stuff, I don't love it at all.
I don't love it too, but if it helps WWE get better, meaning taking John Laurinaitis, Bruce Pritchard, Vince McMahon, all these guys out of power and bringing in, Stephanie, maybe Shane comes in and does some stuff. Triple H, I mean, he was fucking awesome when
And
when
that's
he
what
was
I
in
want to talk
NXT.
about here on this.
But until they go to court, until something happens, nobody knows what is truly gonna. This is all speculation at this point.
It
You know what I
really
mean?
is, like, and right now, again, things are surfacing as we speak. We're getting more and more details on the matter, and it's just again, a matter of time until we know, and we can't really say much more realistically until we see him appear on SmackDown tonight, which is a very big
Which I
next
will be
thing.
doing a reaction on the channel, and I don't watch
Yep,
SmackDown
I'll be
usually.
live streaming, doing a live watch along, so you guys can join me.
absolutely, man.
But before we, close this off, let's talk about the possibilities of Stephanie McMahon now as the CEO. Like, what do you guys think about that?
Oh, I already gave you my opinion early on. I told you the endless possibilities that we got, the resurgence
I know,
of
I
a
want to
lot
know
of
what
our
Danny
fellow
thinks.
things. Oh no, no, of course.
I think it's good from a business perspective. I don't think much is gonna.
Damn popcorn. Oh, it's him. Oh, it's not popcorn. It's
That's
fucking.
his.
Oh, okay.
My cats are fighting. You can cut this out. Um,
No.
from a business perspective, it's good. Vince
No.
McMahon is still head. Vince McMahon is still head of creative. So regardless, Stephanie can't touch any of that when it comes to like the creative, like the booking and stuff like that. Stephanie can't do anything with that. So I don't know. I'd rather Vince be CEO, but out of the creative of WWE. That way the shows can get better. As fans should not really give a fuck about what happens on the business side of things. As long as the TV shows are good and enjoyable, that's what, majority of wrestling fans should care about more. So
Mhm.
Here's the thing. Like, I feel like for Vince, stepping down as the chairman is good and all, but like I do agree. Like I feel like he does need to step away from creative and really like take the time and focus on this here. I
Yeah.
think. And like I really think when Vince McMahon is not doing creative control anymore, and Triple H and Stephanie, if they do get the opportunity to run World Wrestling Entertainment, I think that's when, things are going to turn around for WWE and it's going to be watchable again for not just the kids, but the hardcore wrestling fans out there like us. And
Absolutely.
it's going to be a better overall product because Triple H and Stephanie know what the fans want.
No, absolutely, man. And
And the problem
again,
is that Vince is still stuck in his old ways, unfortunately, because that's what he's used to doing.
mhm.
and you know what I feel like, and I've been thinking about this a lot since
It's
yesterday.
time for Vince to retire.
Yep.
Well, yes, but he's not gonna retire anytime soon. The dude's a fucking workhorse. Um,
He's going to have to if he's guilty.
Mhm.
but it's sad to say, but if WWE was still TV 14 or some kind of like, not PG, I don't think people would make this into that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Not true.
I don't
I
know.
disagree.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
With this
disagree.
generation, no. It's still going to be a big deal. The steroid thing in the 90s, that was a big deal.
Mhm.
All
Yeah,
the
but
stuff that's happened against WWE has always been
WWE
such a big
WWE
deal.
comes full circle, man. They were PG back in the early 90s, and then they went into more an attitude era, and then they went to ruthless aggression. Now we're back at PG. Who's to say, 10 years from now we're not, it's not gonna be wrapping it back around.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. I have nothing else to say more than that, man.
All we
Until more
can do is
details
wait till SmackDown.
until more details come
Definitely.
out, we're gonna have to cover this probably in another couple weeks because more information is
Oh,
gonna be coming
absolutely.
out.
Unfortunately, we're going to have to.
Yep.
Yeah.
But let us know in the comment section below what you guys think about Stephanie, becoming the chairwoman of WWE right now, interim CEO of WWE. If you guys, enjoyed this, smash that like button now. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, subscribe, turn on post notifications because literally the videos are coming out of nowhere like an RKO. This is our third upload for today, which is crazy. And we
Yeah.
still have a reaction, so that's like 4 uploads. Links
It's
down
been
in the
massive.
description below. You can go follow all of us on our other social medias and YouTube channels, and go check out Ben's new merch. He just, posted some new merch. All the links are down below. But of course, to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, we are taking over. Peace.
Subscribe.